My name's Matt Twist. I'm the drummer from Crotch Slice and Mad Daddy, and one of the head promoters of Manx Punx.
I'm Adam McKeown. I am the guitarist in Wad Eye and the mandolin player in the Lab Rats.
I'm Mike Smith. I play all the other instruments in Wad Eye. Write all the songs.
And chat's the most rubbish.
I was really hoping you were going to say I play all the instruments in every band.
At the same time.
That would have been amazing, all at the same time, exactly. Well, listen, Twist, I'm going to come back to you because this is a Manx Punx event. You're back, essentially, which is fantastic. And what a way to come back.
Yeah, well, we were trying to book as many bands as possible. Obviously, with COVID and just a lot of just personal stuff between all different band members and stuff, it took quite a while to put on like a big thing, so we wanted to put on a big one for people because people have been waiting like almost a year for us to put on another event. So we thought the best thing to do was bring over as much bands as we could afford it possible. The original one was free, obviously. Unfortunately, Captain Hot Knives couldn't make it due to illness. We wish him a speedy recovery. But quite handy that some members were in multiple bands, so it wasn't too many people to bring over at once.
I was going to say, because essentially this is a lot of musicians and a lot of kit, and then also trying to find somewhere for these guys to stay. Has it been a bit of a logistical nightmare?
I mean, it all worked out in the end, but just anytime you're planning any event, whether or not it's big or small, it's always going to be a hassle. There's always going to be things that go wrong, you know. Some people cancel, some people can't make last minute. Someone's like, oh, I don't have this equipment. Loads of things, but you know, it all worked out in the end, and it's all worth it, hopefully.
Yeah, and we're talking to you on the Friday, so you do have one event tonight, but people are going to hear this on Saturday, so you will have been and gone and done the Outback event.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm sure it was absolutely brilliant. Epic, in fact. I bet it did. And I've got to say, I love the descriptions of some of the bands. Speaking of epic Sozzlecore, I can't say the other word, obviously, but brilliant. Adam, let's come to you then. So tell us a little bit about your band. Give us a bit of a rundown.
About the Lab Rats, we're just
Lab Longtails.
Lab Longtails.
Yeah, I was going to say,
they're not. Are people scared of the word rats? Yeah,
we're not scared of the animal necessarily, but it's a big old superstition. You can say it, but then I think I can't remember. Twist. Have you got to like spin round or whistle or something?
And something like tap your head, whistle, tap the table, something
crazy like that.
Oh, the Lab Longtails for now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, folk punk duo from Manchester. It's folk me punk, and my girlfriend. Yes, soon to be your fiance.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we've been together nearly 10 years now. Probably started the band about 9 years ago. And then we just kind of play music and sing about whatever takes our fancy.
I'm intrigued by this folk punk then. So this is kind of like crossing some genres here.
Yeah, it's like acoustic based music, so the folk style of it all, but with like a political stance, like a punk stance to it, and speed it up. Obviously, you got to speed it up a bit if you want to be a punk fan.
Faster.
When the days get darker and the nights get colder, and there's nowhere to go. When the walks get longer and your strain grows stronger, we will lead you home.
Okay, Mike, let's come to you then. So you do everything.
That might have been a bit of a fib. No, I play guitar, but I am one of the original members. We've had about, I don't know, we were trying to count.
Before,
we were trying to count how many people we've been through. We've been around 10 years, so it's been a bit of a collaborative project, I'll put it that way. This is like, it's the first gig with the current lineup because we just swapped.
Yeah, it is.
Player.
Yeah, this is our new bass player, aren't we? Yeah.
And here on the Isle of Man as well. What's it like being on the Isle of Man then?
It's been exciting.
So far, I've had quite good fun. Like
we only got here at 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
and then pretty much
slept till about 12.
Slept and then walked through Summer Hill Glen.
Walk.
Yeah.
Summerhill Glen.
That is very
fairy
punk
doors.
rock.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
loving
yeah.
all the fairies and everything. I had no idea there was all
I
the.
did just
folklore.
like have a
The
cheeky
folklore
peek
about it all,
behind
yeah.
one of the fairy doors, and there was a slug behind it. I don't. Is
that bad luck for
is
the
that
gig?
what they're like in the day, and then they turn into a fairy at night? I don't know.
Ooh, like a cocoon.
Maybe it is. Maybe our
Yeah.
fairies are actually like slugs. I haven't seen any yet. I do believe, obviously,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen
So
any
do
yet.
I.
So yeah, I love that you've come over and that's what you've done is you've gone through Summerhill Glen and looked for fairies.
Embraced it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to going to the Laxey Wheel.
I mean,
tomorrow.
you've got to
if I get up in
got
time.
to explore. This is the whole fun of being in a band and
Yeah.
getting to go places.
Me and Adam are going to get up early and
The
see
gigging
Laxey
part
Wheel.
gets old
Don't think
after a
anyone
while.
else is interested.
No one
Who
else is
knew,
interested
Twist,
now,
that
are they?
essentially that you're going to get these bands over and basically become a bit of a tour guide?
You know, limited time. There's not very much that you can see over the 2 days with all the planning and like setting up and everything between the gigs. But we've got a bit of time tomorrow, so we're going to see what we can see tomorrow. Adam's got a whole list and tour guide and stuff
Oh, I've
circled.
circled everything I want to see. Yeah.
Laxey Wheel, Uncan Pleasure
things
Park,
to do.
try and see
Yeah.
some wallabies.
And what was the place where the horses retire? Like
Home of Rest Road Horses.
Yeah, that I want to
Yeah.
really want to see that.
I'm finding this quite surprising, but I'm loving it, I have to say.
It's like bringing your grandparents
You gotta
over.
make the
I
most
just
of
want
it
to see
now.
all the tourist
I
stuff.
should have come for a week.
But to be fair, Adam, the music scene in Manchester is pretty darn good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
We
quite
do get
legendary, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you get a lot of
Cute.
gigs then?
We do. We've not been playing for a while, obviously because of the lineup changes and everything. We've just
Also,
kind
the pandemic.
yeah, and the
Um,
pandemic, yeah, of course.
But yeah, I think things are starting to pick up again. Fingers crossed. Anyway.
I know. I think
know
a lot of promoters are scared at the moment to put gigs on because a lot of
It's risky.
recently they'll put a lot of money into putting this gig on, and then suddenly a touring band from America will go, "We can't play. We've got COVID or something," and that's it.
Yeah.
And they lose it all then.
Yeah.
So it is a big risk. So a lot of people are a bit scared to put the gigs on now. They're still waiting on it.
Not Manx Punx, though.
No,
No,
well, a lot of things is
fearless.
going back to like the DIY roots of it, like not relying on like. I mean, obviously there's no like giant corporations that put on gigs here anyway, but going back to like renting halls, putting the gigs on yourself, charging the tickets on the door rather than relying on other people and just trying to keep it as DIY and like grassroots as possible. That seems to be the best way to go going forward because due to the uncertainty, like, you know, pub prices going up, pub electricity, pubs scared if they're even going to stay open, people having to charge more on tickets, it's easier to bring it back down to grassroots level and keep it going at that level because
Yeah,
it's more
that-
sustainable and more fun, in my opinion.
And probably a
No.
bit easier on the Isle of Man to do something like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The
Obviously-
prices in Manchester have just shot up now, and it's like putting people off even going. Even
Yeah.
going to the gigs, the ticket prices are extortionate, and the beer prices are now extortionate, and people just can't afford it.
Well, speaking of that, you're very nice, Manx Punx, aren't you? Because you've put out a little thing about tickets, haven't you, to support people?
Oh yeah, well we understand that obviously times are struggling with rising energy prices and beer prices and everything else, and we don't want people to have to miss out on the gigs just because unfortunately, you know, it's a lot of money putting on this gigs. We need to be able to make at least some of the money back, but we don't want any to miss out, so we always have a discounted thing. So if anyone has any problems, they could message the page or message me personally, so it's all anonymous and no one needs to know. Put your name on the list and we pay what you can afford to make sure that you can still come down, because it's the best way to escape from all the prices rising and
Yeah.
to enjoy yourself.
All the nonsense.
Well, exactly. We need music at a time like this, don't we, to be fair, which I think was really kind of highlighted all through the kind of lockdown, is
Yeah.
that everyone
Yeah,
turned to
yeah.
music. You know?
Online, everyone doing Zooms
Yeah.
of gigs and everything, weren't they?
We do
Quite
turn to it in the
entertaining.
hardest times, don't we? Which is why that's really
Yeah,
important.
so it'd be a shame if people couldn't show up to them gigs when they're having
Yeah.
a hard time, show up to the thing that, you know, helps people, and they
Yeah.
can't afford that either. So it's like, if everyone's struggling, just message us and we'll do our best to sort out the best thing that we can.
And
for
gigs like these, and Manx Punx ones, are a great way to blow the cobwebs out. It's just
Yeah.
going to be awesome fun, it really is.
The word about talent is the boys in blue. You run now, boy, what you gonna do? The That boy got erased the shoes. Didn't really matter by a lawyer. Fuck when he fought before that violence gone. That lady bound fuck for section 4. Put the kitchen on checks when the pussy's bored.
And also, of course, your big thing is supporting local talent as well. So you've got some local talent and some reformed local talent.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So our local bands tonight. I mean, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had Impulsive Self-Destructive and Half Naked Headline. Two amazing bands. Impulsive Self-Destructive are a great band that formed recently, a two-piece with Elle and Cecile. Both great people. It's drums and bass, very angry, very raw, taking it, I keep using the same phrase, but back to the roots of the original anger that kind of brewed punk originally, I guess. And Half Naked Headline, like the island's first queercore band, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Great band members in that. I mean, that went absolutely amazing last night and we really enjoyed it. And then tomorrow we've got Dangerously Adequate, which is Connor Parry. He's a great folk punk musician again, plays all on his own using loop pedals and stuff, does a wide range of covers and originals. Excellent friend, good player. And then we've got Swarf Damage. This will be their first gig with their new bassist, Dan Wade. So they've not played for quite a while, so everyone's, I think, is quite excited to see them.
Yeah.
And Crotch Slice, one of the first bands which I guess started this whole Manx Punx thing about 7 years ago. We recently came off our hiatus and got our butts in gear to play. Obviously, all the songs were about 7 years old, so it didn't take us long to relearn them. All up to date and politically, of course. Talking, we really need to stop that Bush and Blair people. We really need to solve that out. And David Cameron, we need to sort him out as well.
Oh, I
and
love
people
that.
say the Isle of Man's behind.
I should say as well, because the great thing about these events as well is they are safe spaces, aren't they? So,
Yeah, safe spaces. We always support everyone of every race, sexuality, gender, non-gender, everything like that. Everyone feels really welcome, which I think is a good thing that draws people in.
And we've heard from you about, Adam, about your kind of like, you know, your top list, your hit list for things on the Isle of Man. Mike, what do you need to do before you leave this island? What is on your list?
I'd quite like to go see this wheel.
Yes, the wheel, man.
I've heard a lot about it. It's top of the list.
And the
then.
wallaby. You want to see a
Oh
wallaby?
yeah,
And a
we've
wallaby.
heard about
Yes.
these wild wallabies. I wasn't sure whether you meant like wallabies that had escaped or wallabies that are just
Smuggled
wild.
over.
Like,
Yeah, party animal wallaby.
They did escape. I mean, they didn't
Yeah.
like grow from Manx soil, but they
Yeah,
are now
yeah.
all
They're not
over the
all, like,
place. Yeah,
going
exactly.
around
True.
being-
I saw
And
one
knobs.
once.
You've seen a
To be
wallaby.
fair, it was right near the Manx the wildlife park. And honestly,
Wow.
I thought it was a dream until my girlfriend reminded me about it this morning.
I'm
I was like, I couldn't remember if that was true or something that I just really wanted to happen.
Well, you know where you need to take the guys then if they're
Yeah.
going to see one of these
is
wallabies.
there like
so
a wallaby hotspot?
there
yeah.
probably is. Yeah, they're pretty good for Wi-Fi wallabies.
Hey!
But,
Well,
I mean,
listen-
I set you up for that one.
You
Take me later.
Mike, let's get a bit of advice then for any up and coming musicians, since you know you are the man who does everything.
Yeah, probably like just pick one instrument and don't try and do everything because it's a lot of work. Don't be like me.
like you.
I never learnt how to play an instrument properly, and yeah, we've kept getting more and more new members in the band who are just better than I am. So
But you're still there, so you know
hanging
this
in
is
there,
good.
they've
That
not
was
fired
They,
me yet.
they must just be scared of you. Adam, what advice would you have for any young up and coming musicians?
Just keep going at it, I think. There was points where I thought, I'm going to jack this, I'm getting bored of it now, when I was younger. But then I just kept going with it a little bit, and then now I'm so thankful I did. I
Yeah.
just think it's everything that I want.
And-
Everything that I want to do in life, you know.
You are living
Yeah.
the dream, aren't you?
Yeah,
Totally.
oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and Twist, tell us about the local scene then. If anyone young over here or new, they don't have to be young. What if someone could be in their 50s and think, I want to get onto the punk scene? What's the best way to do it?
Well, come down to the gigs, talk to people is a good way to like network and get to meet people. One I'd personally suggest would be Soundcheck. They do child sessions. Obviously, they run small price in. They've got instruments there. You can basically just chat to people, be like, hey, do you want to go have a practice and have a jam? They've also started doing adult sessions recently on,
Ooh,
I
maybe
believe
I should
that's
go.
Wednesdays. I'm not certain. You'll have to look that up. But yeah, they started doing adult sessions as well for anyone can go. And it's just a nice, easy place to meet other musicians. Because
Yeah.
sometimes the hardest thing about trying to start a band is finding someone that wants to play. A lot of times, like, you know, you might start a band with your friend and about like 2 weeks later, they're like, oh, I'm busy, can't really do
someone will
anything.
drop out. That is the hardest thing.
The
Like,
band members.
especially like just
Yeah.
finding enough people whose schedules align and
Yeah.
like
Are
A
committed.
lot of times there's such a
practices
small
organised
amount of
and-
people doing it that you end up finding someone who's already in like 2 or 3 other bands. And then so you're going, are you free this weekend?
Oh.
No, I've already got 2 gigs on this weekend.
That happens on the island.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, wait till you see the lineup of the people. You're just like, I swear that band just played. Same people.
I was like,
It is very like that here, but that's why we love it, isn't it, Matt? That's
Yeah.
why we love it here. Well, just remind us again where we can find Manx Punx, and for anyone who's not able to go tonight, but they might want to be at some of your future events, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty more of these. Where can they find you?
No worries. Well, you can find us yesterday, obviously, at the Outback.
It was epic.
It was epic, I believe it was. And then tonight we're playing Oncombe Parish Hall. Doors open at about 6:45. And that is £10 entry. Bring your own booze. There's co-op around the corner. Obviously, spa and everything nearby. Bring your own booze. Pay on the door. £10 in. You get 5 bands and a great time. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Facebook.
yeah. Facebook page, of course, yeah.
Just search Manx Punx, MANXPUNX.
And give you guys a plug as well for your bands. Come on, tell us, Matt,
Oh,
where
go
can we
on.
find them?
Wadeye one. I think it's facebook.com/WadeyUK.
ours is really awkward because there's a lot of things called the Lab. But if you type in the Lab Manchester into any kind of search engine,
We'll find
we
you.
usually comes up with everything.
There's a Lab UK. I think
No,
that-
Lab UK is still hit and miss whether they find us. Yeah,
No, use the Lab.
the Lab.
But you guys are saying this word far too many times for me. We're going to have to...
Oh, the
I'm
Lab
starting to
Longtail.
feel
Lab Longtail.
uncomfortable.
Oh.
All the very best for the gig tonight and future gigs as well. And we'll catch up with you again soon, no doubt.
Thank you
Twist.
very much.
All the
Very
best.
much.
Cheers, guys.